For decades, Africa's wealth flowed out while the people stayed poor. Foreign companies extracted resources, made billions, and left leaving only empty promises behind. But Burkina Faso just said, no more. Any company earning here must build here. Any profit made here must stay here. Headquarters, decisions, jobs, all inside our soil. This is more than law. It's sovereignty. It's pride. It's the rise of Africa from extraction to ownership. Cities grow, jobs appear, skills flourish, and youth see their future for the first time. The continent watches as one small nation rewrites the rules, proving Africa can lead, innovate, and thrive. From gold mines to corporate towers, from classrooms to boardrooms, Burkina Faso is planting the seeds of real power, real wealth, and real change. Africa is no longer kneeling. Africa is building. Africa is awake, and the world will have to make space for a continent that stands on its own terms.
We are no longer waiting for respect. We are choosing to create it ourselves. Burkina Faso has made a historic move, one that challenges old systems and sets a bold example for all of Africa. New law now requires any company earning more than 5 billion CFA francs, roughly 8.8 million USD, to establish its headquarters inside Burkina Faso. No longer can profits be made here while decisions are controlled from distant continents. Decisions must now be made where the work happens, where the people live, and where the wealth is generated. For decades, foreign corporations came to Burkina Faso to mine gold, sell products, and reap profits. But the country rarely saw the real benefits. Offices, bank accounts, and executive decisions remained overseas. Wealth left. Communities stayed behind. Burkina Faso was a farm, and someone else was eating the harvest. Now, that cycle is broken. Companies must hire local staff, pay local taxes, and become part of the communities they operate in. Executives will walk the same streets as their employees, see the schools, roads, and markets, and understand the real needs of the people. Decisions will be transparent. Accountability will be tangible. Responsibility will be unavoidable. This law sends a clear message. Burkina Faso is taking control of its future. It does not reject foreign investment. It welcomes those who commit to building with the country, not just extracting from it. This is not aggression. This is clarity. Profit made here belongs here. Growth that happens here must benefit here. The ripple effect is profound. Construction of headquarters generates jobs for architects, engineers, builders, electricians, and suppliers. Local restaurants, markets, and small businesses thrive as new demand arises. Once the buildings are operational, skilled and leadership roles open to local talent, secretaries, managers, IT teams, finance officers, and customer service representatives. Young people begin to see real career paths. Universities and training centers adjust to produce professionals who can lead industries from inside Africa. Local suppliers benefit as well. Uniforms, office furniture, cleaning services, technology support, all sourced from Burkinabe businesses. The economy strengthens from within, rather than exporting wealth abroad. Cities evolve. Roads are paved, internet upgraded, electricity becomes reliable. Cafes, shops, and public spaces flourish. Schools, hospitals, and housing expand. A city grows from inside progress, not external pressure. Psychologically, the law restores pride. Citizens witness tangible progress around them. They don't just hope for change, they see it being built. Gold-rich Burkina Faso is no longer a passive resource provider. Its new mining policies guarantee the government ownership of at least 15% of large projects, with the right to purchase up to 30% more, giving it up to 45% control. Combined with the headquarters law, this ensures mining decisions happen locally, affecting communities directly. Companies must now consider the land, the people, and the future. Local content grows. Trucks, catering, tailors, labs, and cleaning services all participate. Wealth circulates internally, not externally. The law also inspires confidence and leadership. Young Africans see that their country can stand tall and demand fairness. Burkina Faso is not large, but it is decisive and bold. This is the spark, the signal to the continent that development can be self-directed, accountable, and African-led. When a company sets its headquarters in Burkina Faso, it is no longer just a building. It is a living symbol of transformation. Executives walk the streets where their employees live, experience daily life, and understand the struggles and aspirations of the people. Schools, markets, roads, and neighborhoods are no longer abstract lines on a report. They are real, visible, and immediate. Decisions are no longer made behind glass towers in distant cities. They are rooted in reality, in the heartbeat of the nation. This proximity brings accountability. The government can monitor operations, enforce safety and labor standards, and ensure taxes are paid transparently. Corruption finds no space to hide. Financial flows, once lost to offshore accounts, now remain within Burkina Faso, circulating through communities and local economies. Innovation is born locally, tailored to the country's needs. African ideas, African solutions, African ingenuity. The effect on urban life is profound. Headquarters create a domino effect of growth. Construction brings architects, engineers, and builders to work side by side, applying new techniques and modern standards while embracing Burkinabe culture and style. Streets are paved, power grids upgraded, internet networks strengthened, cafes, markets, and shops open, and neighborhoods begin to thrive. Cities like Ouagadougou and Bobo-Dioulasso begin to grow from the inside out, fueled by local engagement and investment. As companies settle, new jobs emerge. Beyond construction, daily operations require secretaries, managers, IT staff, finance teams, security, and customer service. Young people see clear pathways to professional careers. Universities and technical centers adapt, producing engineers, analysts, and specialists equipped to lead industries. Skills remain local, decisions remain local, and leadership begins to grow from the ground up. Even supply chains transform. Companies now work with local trucking services, catering businesses, tailors, laboratories, and maintenance teams. Small and medium enterprises flourish. Instead of importing solutions, the country builds its own infrastructure of expertise and business capability. Wealth starts to circulate inside Burkina Faso instead of flowing out. Communities see the tangible benefits: employment, education, infrastructure, and opportunities for a better life. Psychologically, the impact is powerful. People see change that is real, measurable, and permanent. They witness concrete proof that their land, labor, and resources are valued. Pride replaces passivity. Confidence replaces dependency. The youth, once spectators to foreign-led decisions, now see themselves as creators, innovators, and owners. Careers in engineering, urban planning, technology, finance, and leadership no longer seem distant dreams. They are attainable realities. Burkina Faso's approach extends beyond national borders. It sets a continent-wide precedent. If Nigeria asks oil companies to base leadership in Lagos, Ghana directs cocoa firms to operate from Accra, and Kenya requires tech multinationals to run African operations from Nairobi. Africa shifts from being a resource supplier to a decision-making hub. Skills, leadership, education, and innovation stay on the continent. African CEOs, financiers, engineers, and strategists rise. Africa takes control of its economic destiny. The lot also challenges global economic power structures. Western nations and multinational corporations have historically benefited from Africa without being present. They extracted resources, earned profits, and kept oversight distant. Burkina Faso now demands accountability. Companies making profits here must live here, pay taxes here, answer to the people here. Profit can no longer escape responsibility. This shift of power, though quiet, is seismic. It threatens entrenched systems that rely on the extraction of African wealth without contribution. Other African nations are watching closely. Young people see leadership that is brave, accountable, and sovereign. Africa begins to understand its value. Confidence becomes freedom. Self-determination replaces dependency. The final, most powerful outcome is ownership. Ownership of land, ownership of resources, ownership of decisions, ownership of the future. Every building, every office, every supply chain becomes a permanent testament to Africa's capacity to lead itself. Burkina Faso has planted the seed. Its people are watering it. Its youth are tending it. And slowly, steadily, Africa is rising. This law is more than economic regulation. It is a declaration of identity, pride, and sovereignty. It tells the world, Africa will no longer be a passive playground for foreign interests. Africa will no longer export its wealth and import decisions. Africa is awake. Africa is building. Africa is leading. Burkina Faso has shown the way. And the message is clear. If we can take charge of our destiny, so can the rest of the continent. If a small nation can demand respect, accountability, and ownership, then Africa can rise together strong, united, and unstoppable.